All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive, high-stakes gamble on the future of artificial intelligence. And I mean a bet so big, it could totally reshape the entire tech landscape. Okay, I want you to start with this number in your head. Just let it sink in for a second. $300 billion. It's a potential valuation that's sending some serious shockwaves through the tech world, and it's all tied to one company's race to define what's next for AI.
So, what's that number for? Well, that's the rumored price tag for Anthropic, the company behind the Claude chatbot. And look, this isn't just a valuation. It's a massive statement of intent in what has become a full-blown AI gold rush.
But here's the thing, this isn't just about a potential IPO. What's really going on here is a direct, high-stakes race between Anthropic and its biggest rival, OpenAI. And in this race, being the first one to hit the public market could change everything. So, when we say IPO, we mean an initial public offering. It's how a company goes public, giving them access to just huge amounts of cash from investors. But, and this is a big but, it's a double-edged sword. It also means you're suddenly under a microscope, forced to justify every single dollar you spend. And this is where that race gets really, really interesting. You see, OpenAI, which is actually valued higher right now, says they have no immediate plans to go public. Anthropic, on the other hand, is apparently targeting as early as 2026. If they pull that off, it could give them a multi-year head start in tapping into public funding, and that's a massive strategic advantage. So why the mad dash for all this cash? I mean, why do they need such astronomical sums of money? Well, because the price of admission for building the future of AI is almost unbelievably high. The answer is actually pretty simple. It's the colossal, just eye-watering cost of building and training the world's most advanced AI models. We're not talking about software you can code on a laptop in a garage anymore. This is a global, industrial-scale operation. And just to put that into perspective, get a load of this number. $50 billion. Anthropic has a plan to spend $50 billion. That's more than the entire economy of some countries. And it's all for one specific thing. That's right. $50 billion just to build the basic infrastructure, these massive new data centers. And you can't think of these as just buildings. They are literally the engine rooms of the AI revolution, housing all the computing power they need to make their models work. And believe me, the spending doesn't stop with the hardware. They are pouring cash into every single part of the business. You've got the insane computational cost of training the models. They're tripling their global workforce. And get this, they've pledged $30 billion to Microsoft just for cloud services. This is a full-throttle, all-out push for scale. This chart really highlights the sheer scale of their financial gamble. So their projecting revenues could hit $26 billion. But to even have a shot at that, they're securing massive funding, like $15 billion from partners, just to fuel that growth engine. It's a classic case of spending big to get bigger, but on a scale we've just never seen before. Now, this isn't just a bunch of talk. Behind the scenes, Anthropic is making very concrete moves to prepare for its public debut. You can be sure the gears for an IPO are already turning. I mean, they are systematically checking all the boxes. They've hired Wilson Sonsini. That's the same law firm that took Google and LinkedIn public. That's a huge tell. Then they brought in an experienced CFO from Airbnb. And internally, they're completely overhauling their systems to meet all the strict rules of being a public company. These are not the actions of a company that's just, exploring its options. Of course, the official company line is that standard non-committal statement you always hear. But, as we've just seen, their actions, hiring the IPO experts, getting their financial house in order, well, they tell a much, much more compelling story. So what does all this mean for the bigger picture? This potential IPO isn't just a milestone for Anthropic. It's actually shaping up to be a landmark test for the entire AI industry's relationship with Wall Street. An Anthropic IPO would be the first real test of Wall Street's appetite for this new breed of company, one that spends billions today on the promise of world-changing profits tomorrow. You see, they're selling a vision of the future, but the bills for it are due right now. And that is the ultimate $300 billion question. This IPO is going to set a massive precedent. Will investors see the next technological revolution and jump in no matter the cost? Or will the colossal spending and lack of current profits just be too much of a risk? Honestly, the answer to that is going to define the financial landscape for AI for years to come.